Premtobre Semama yamamu nyina ha yemu akwa Adom TV Premtobre Kasee iso ewie nsem asie na braso sauti bi sa Adom TV Premtobre Kasee ensam ne doso ne etodwa wo mu bi ya obetini me kan say penny ana kane board chair ya na oda Ghana Airport Company Limited Paul Adomoche one more watcher special prosecutor no kukum ya ni nyina no ye hwehwemu bi a one more ye nrada bepem sabre ye bekọ ho na ya hwenia ekoso enne August bosomede di kane na betodwa se fango bo ye tumo akosro na LPG ne ehun kaye ne de abafom emum yebeko emu ensem arahusem bi asi Wakimbu Secondary Technical bemu amfie dunum wato na nanom nsie do eba ne sei sansem ne yebeko ne de aba eno ene nia etwagwe agudie mu nsem ne obi man so ene gide yede browse Adom TV Premtobre Kasee wo share live on Facebook/Adom TV Extra Go TV at 119 DSTV at 280 Oko YouTube search Adom TV Tube ne kwa AdomOnline.com and semini sembebre ewo ho bididi afia amankwa tamaklo era say afia ni de mientie said ensem ni nchemu ankasa etie Enra a office of the special prosecutor to one side frey can board chairman and order Ghana Airport Company Limited Paul Adomoche say womra no mo amenye hwehwemu bi wi akire no na was ye money bill afa bail condition no want to mean to make say odasoa ehwemu hono ma wongu ensem no so Kasee no etwaso
Kane Ghana Airport Company Limited womo board chairman Paul Adomoche ene ne lawyer for ebedru office Emma special prosecutor ewiade ko enumremu ho abra womo ebebisa no ensem efa eye audit bi hu eye contract bi a womo eyemu enhwehwemu no wie ya na womo ede no ekoye na lawyer for nso edi echire office Emma special prosecutor OSP ebisa ne nsemfo bi na wa charge eye Paul Adomoche eni nipa mienu bi a womo eka no bail a womo ede ma ne se wonhwe na wontu so anamo no ontimi ye na bail no ne se wonfa eye ensase eye mienu a ne din eda so emra nanso no Paul Adomoche nso de ato OSP nim se ono oni sansase ni bi ewo Ghana enkosi se ode bail conditions na ebeba no enipa mienu Ochekwame bafo ewua Group Executive Commercial Services Ghana Airport Company Limited ene Albert Ajete Eje Layi Chief Executive Officer Emma Devness Systems ene Paul Adomoche womo bekosoa ayenhwehwemu ede afa anamo a womo etu
enti wasansem we mu no na owura Paul Adomoche ne mranimu ni Nicholas Lenny anane agei hu ne se kwan a bail condition no a OSP ede ama ne client ne de nyamia mu ne emu awrem emu onwanwa eno so nsem odi tudwa eni
Lawyer ni Dima Paul Adomoche Nicholas Lenin anani di eni ebo office of the special prosecutor echi ni nsem nyina na se bail conditions bia wono mode ama Paul Adomoche no eyade se enhyeda endimo na afenso ebroso emranim ni yi echira office of the special prosecutor ehwe mu se Paul Adomoche edi landed properties mienu a ewo ne dimu ebeba wa bra office ni nimpefi se enyade se wo bibisa ewo honomo we no kire se office of the special prosecutor ayenhwe han edisa conditions we nyina ama Adomoche isanse office ne mpese wono mo ebema ne bail we enamranim ni edema Paul Adomoche di tuja se emra office of the special prosecutor edi egu ono eyaye enyimu a ne senti wahye se wadene nan besifo no ahwese emra no ebedi djuma ewo sansem yi emu
Adom TV Premtobre Kasee yemfi sansem ni mu ne enkware hosam a yate sukuu ni abemu a efie dunum ne din de Adib Al-Hassan our first year student na nei make Kasee wato na nanom nsie do achinyiwa show ya ekoso ewo ne nafo entemunti na akwakọ wie baabi awie na ehya ase na esi ye na no ombo modern de ne kwadabraka polyclinic na nso sign prana wo prana ne mu odinti de no Ridge Hospital na ehonso wormo ekodu ho no de na sese ye bakuma no ya de se wato na nanom nsie do busua ba bonten ya wormo akọ school mu ho se wo mu hia atentenene se no kure ebetumi adadi wormo frɛ Ghana Education Service Ghana Police Service na se wo mo ebehwe ma atentenene nso atumi aye adwuma na fe aban so FM de bia wobetumi aye na esu ne ban bi ekoso schools ahodo mu no wayi ede afri ho mayentoa so na yenko ensem foforo mu na ne yogas bosome no da edi kane abetodwa se fango ebo no ebeko esro na afe LPG eni diesel ne de abafom emunsem ni
ababetodwa se fi agas bosome no da edi kan eye ne fango eye petrol ebo eda so no ebeko sro na nso no diesel de eno ebeba fom ana Enframaja eye LPG gas enunso ebeba fom sanhihye eye oil marketing companies ana chamber of oil marketing companies ehihye ya ababetodwan report na ekira fangu ebo eye petrol ewo pump eye filling stations awodo no 0.47% nenu no eye 2 cedi 80 pesos eye liter bia enunso na so beti e de aba 0.29% eye liter bia ewo bibi a womo eton eye inframaja na we na OMCs ede abetudwa se wanhwe anya de a womo ebesisa eye ebo a edaso no eye product awodo bi mo ewo filling stations awodo
yanto so na commercial transport operators womemu de kokoba mu eden ma osofo oshe roads and highways so money you enye you dan de bi nso enye de bi akwan no dodo no a wonfa so no enye Orma Chenya, one tenenka, or mumbetenenka, Adom Kasee, etwaso.
Commercial transport operators. Ede kokobo akoma oswafo a ono newe akwan ewonsem eso se ensema wode a to onenim se obehwe na akwantimpon bi wasiesie no womu hu ni se yenhwurodo nhwurada womu ekira womu pese womu hu se wode ose ayoyo ama akwan awodo a ewo omamu a atete apansam no wasiesie womu nsema womu kruchi gu nkrata so no womu kira womu pese womu hu se oswafo road project awodo a womu eye eni sika sese komu no abrebia no ode beto monten so ema omanfo ehu eno etwemu a stakeholders a womu kabie womu nso no oni womu behia ede afa akwan wodo a womu esiesie no womu ede ato oswafo enim se wonhwe se nsem a womu ede atodwei wobesomu asopa na wetu so anamo na yade a womu nso aya hoboa pa se womu eneni beka bom na womu aye adwuma
Yankwa santimanta mu na yare hosampa wowura bi edin a yenya sisi a ye alligator wo hia ne nkwanhia wo okwakope bibi ababede wi akire no ede no konsie do yasare hosami akwakosi wo adwoso wa santimanta mu na nyina ne se wono mo ede niema egu eye bulldozer wono mo de si eye low bed trailer no ebiso wi akire se wate ahwe amaka no afa no so a sefem na areho yakoso wo ho eni
Awra husemi esi yawo edweso krapazonda Ghana adwumam ho wa bra wo kire se low bedi wokofa esenko de befa excavator edi akwa obinim de ye akwati free ema metini ekuwura ase ema kai ekofa ne so enam so bia wo hwere no enkwa ebra wo koyi no abrantie akwhye ties no mienu ntema na amani ye akoye den pa ne excavator wo di pagya ka no kura fees so no eduru ba bi opagya na asan jes ni so na asem na koya awra hosem na wabra Adom Kasee ebopin ho ene adansifo bi bonkomo eno mo kire se
na ye boss elodu bulldozer asilo bed so etina onu gina hilo gina low bed so dalete no e be wan se low bed na low de na yelodu low bed na te free no so gina so eti hu ya se ono akotwene low bed na twene ashe form na de enye ono ne pene man ko yes ono wo de machine airflow no so gina low bed na dalete no ti be hu an se low bed no mum at free say that say ne breaking ye ne ham breaking ye guma na at free ono so gina low bed ne so te ni low bed ne ko no say ono ba se ka wo free stable life ena etwen ne ko she low bed na se ena kan ni sini so ena tai ni ko sini so ti me kwa na me drive excavator di pagya low bed no ansana omo eyi na free ase
nti we no so oye driver ha omo de oboa broni no amanafo low bed no aneba ema ne ba sa ni 38 40 42 de obetimi anya
o wa your number
your number
Bekuma de hye na womo so kase womo hunu ne se nkwada ewo kro no mu srasra de no wondo so dodo na wosusu se Nigeria nkwada na wo nam he wo kwa hi no mo pro no mo gisika mo wi na Woma wo form so tetechire no wor maje ha wo madwen pa wo mo kasa afa ho
Adom News Central for ɛde wɔn ani ato fam ehu sɛ maame bi a ɔno ayana abribia wɔde nkwadaa no ɛba kwan na wɔn bɛsere sisike maame ɛde bibi akata n'anim wɔmanfo ɛwɔ wɔn so ɛde wɔn ani ato fam ahwɛ paa na yade a wɔn ɛkasa ɛde fa ho wɔmanfo ɛtete sampatemu no ɛde atodwa sɛ wɔn wɔ gidie paa sɛ nkwadaa yi a wɔn ɛde wɔn abɛgyina kwan ho ɛsere sisika no saa nkwadaa no wɔn de wɔn nam kwan bɔne so ɛna ɛba a wɔn anim na wɔn de ato ɛyɛ Brekum Municipal Assembly anim sɛ wɔn tu so anamɔn.
No, that's 3 days. Yeah. And anopoya what a fitness I'm seeing. Yeah, anopoya na akraba ko eba adwo mu abegya say osrem popcorn. But after some year na mimani bi. Man na panyini bi wo ma obegya ma eji afra kwani say me kasa no unja ma akra no. No mu jaima no. But when no mu try kwani it was so dangerous. No mu obi fo prage akra no mu kita no. No crani ni enye nti say you be biya fa ho dia e say etu wana mo
sa ankla na omo sese ade no omo fi kumase asese ade ama problems be e ba sese omo dudleku nti mese aban se ontu wana mo na sese e se bichibi sese ya e the problem be ba mese sa aban tu wana mo na animoni mu ya onhu ka ode sa ankla na fasona obega sa ade no
Yankom Russia Bedafilmo na media budget review no afe afano one ma bobo ho a obia ne de wo kan de fa ho nenso ya wie kansi ho epo a Adom Kasee etwaso yi
Ukwada itwemu July bosome ne da na toso aduasa fimpino aduonu wenum ne emu no osofo yo hwe yankwantempo ho semaso Kwame Gavin Sabuja wane kane soafo Francis Senso Boache na akoya kama menka e omrahye bedwafie ne nyina no eye nsem bia Asenso Boache wo kan ye de fa aban ne big push agenda no ho na ne nsem no wechire mu ese osa big push ya Ghana aban ne kire se wode eba no enya de bia den sakraye bia eba be ka my Ghana yankwantempo ho nsem ho abra wo kasa no de nsem wi na tudwa.
Let's look at the list of programs of roads is heavily skewed towards certain regions in the country, completely neglecting Greater Accra region and Ashanti region. For me, that is not fair to the country. That is not strategic, because you build roads where there are human beings, a lot of densely populated people, communities. You build roads which will connect economic centers. That will drive economic development and economic growth.
And in an see no, Kwame Gavin Sabuja and so the piece to say.
Saying that we are saying that President Akufo-Addo, or we are trying to rubbish President Akufo-Addo's record of 10,800 kilometers. You were not here. He was standing here and said, we have built 10,800 kilometers of new roads, and he was doing us like that. Remind him. And I fact-checked him. What the president said here was untrue. Yes, he never built 10,800 kilometers of new roads. My brother, you see, you have been a road minister for the Republic of Ghana. It's just a small advice. The road minister of Republic of Ghana, it doesn't sit well where all your examples appears as if you haven't been to any other place in the country.
Yanto so na yankwosho nhwehwemu ya West African Examinations Council WAEC one more year afa di nti ema kronobo ekoso examination hall no kwa na ekosoi na ni chichu no nhwehwemu no begina ese efa no ya kyerkyerefo wom na hyase ifise wom susu se wom ehwe asuafo no so no atro nsɔhwe no sika council no de ma wom no ehwa owura kwa kuda kwa ya wono eye head of research wo WAEC ena den semi etudwa
Opani nyidin ede kwaku dankwa ono ena ye pani a odan hwemu ano ewo WAEC na okire se mpempi na kyerkyerefo a wode wo ho ehye nsohwemu nwemu no kyere se wo WAEC fo sika a wode ema wo msenhweso sika na eye ade esua na nenkase no ode afutu ama mo se
ye bi no kan se mene education service no edi nkita ho bi se the school be at me born home mode your friend performance contract. Ya no so ema say was here mo home den dia we go also be befa kwa bon so dey befa home na binum so afa ni say come be pass on be nyesika ha dingola no binum ayo ma say so no dia dey na ni no If we man the our maybe I don't see a summer. You may
Nenka siem no chese nkofo pii nam Ghana ha wo mo set ekuta o mo free senior high school ne yade a akono nanso ntimi mfa nkosu aponto aso eno na o kire mu se
enya de papa say so yemu wie mu so bezo din kunu na enya yi abodin krata FM say wa ho de ani de wosia enya so papa mboni so because we wait me enya krata ni de but krata no be ma so he no mu duro na abafo but waji tumu mu say enya wa ho de ha no pa ho a e be ma ye nya ni difo a e jo mbet ma be so because nipa kama papa mboni so sounds not in the actual South Carolina no. India still be as Obiamwa as other young Casampa, the media for one, not 7 question. School penning for any so buying will be the fire no to young Casa, then quite more than years schools. Game to me to us on your side. Said the airport Rafiana.
They do so no ye near a chagwe. Now what you want some see? Near shows and Radiana na kai. He said, and rye fresh. Then so Monday na SMBC, Tuesday no society drew fear the say ya. Mamboatama na or the afamubi, Obama Mwakaba. If you be able to okay, it's no a wiki no or a wholesome papa Savior Church, Moframana was shown on wiki mo. Is home comma we see one mass barrier Kesepa, more wholesome honum. Na Damara unso no ye Joy News reporter, now or your reports if I or your Magdan properties are now will buno na. So the full quotation one do na basa basa be called on no President Mahama Akasa afa ho no me yentwa ye ho mbra dey banam da mahia hwefo ye kwaba mamboatma aye krado amwa kwaba sonko mbra dia eritwegu odo me yenkwohwe nsem eritwegu Adom socials no do zana ye bezinka na yakọ asante achim obogu oye atorencham kesa osi wo ho no mbra kra Savior Church oye youth for wo camp na wo san ho chira bifi na wakakram wedu fie no wo hwe ho no nkwa wo kala kwenhyemu oye wiki mu no nya ne tero ya zawaya mass barrier kese ezam ho no me yenkwohwe zo kodo wo ho no
accident digan nyapa or sempeni for the omoni hwe hono because almost the statistics eto ho mo a utimu say nipa ewu accident mu no ya do so ache HIV then so yan fa ya ni hwe hono mo sa wiki mu a nipa ewu enya asemteto apart from ye dey 60 year way ebi asisi aka ho nya agro then so pen for yan fa ya ni hwe yan rose no say dey ni hwe a enka be boa ye pa because asisa ya dia kwa mo for chi dia and the medical canada nana o man hene nana o usampe a otoso yensa ama kwan se empada no wa ba asase a asie a etu amna asie empada no
no ma menje wadwenchwe onfa da marehu semia okodo no ho Mugabe the baba no se o nyakopon ohu no mobile papa na onfa hone kra insie ye nti ono so ezo ochonye Maxwell ate anyagre no se ono hunde oye kumase Accra road na nkasa no ohunde ode pinfo kono kokoye bibi wo da bokwa no ho nti no so na adwenchwe enyen api jesie Sekina no ose easy oye yo papa nkanka abatana wawo mframa out dem na so no nyame no onyimzo ye nti nyame mfa hone kra insie ye oye omampanin Mahama atro kakra is afa Joy News reporter akwekopue mo wo Magdan properties na wori be bunu won ma na oye report wo hono me ya soja fubi botwehye hondo wo hono ma basabasa ye okodo wo hono na na mampanin hwem de zo okodo hono no ontwe ye kra nti no oye aza wa hyase de wori nhwehwem na so twi biara osafata da wo mo hono mo kaya azo tidam no was ama hono me yenkohwe do hono so.
Before I conclude, allow me to condemn in the strongest terms the recent incident involving the manhandling of some journalists by our security personnel. Such conduct is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. I have instructed that the incident be thoroughly investigated and that the officers involved be sanctioned accordingly. As a card-bearing member of the Ghana Journalists Association, I will not preside over a government that abuses or intimidates journalists in the lawful exercise of their duty. A free and responsible press is indispensable to our democracy, and we must all work to protect the media.
So no, Omampenyin Mahama, Enye ma Menjawajen Tre, and Father Minsemia or Kodo no home. Boahe Joe no say ni no pedo bisapa there. Is this the system we have now? Zaro Kodo inya na ono no papa de be member no robo ti memofono na oze aka ho nto no Boahe Joe na oze ibe young lomi na ose ehweke be mami kebi amambre no most motena ohunde yi oka ho kra. So this is very undemocratic lifestyle ti no so na adwenkyere is a father mansam no honyen sedu amadu na ose timemofono za wo rights the wotum na waka another woni right the wotum na waka sanampo no de kopo bibi do na ezi wonwe hu no intum na enye journalist biara in China nti no so na adwenkyere oze benyen Moko menyima oye aza mampanyima ha ma onye ne year awar in 33 nyim na wo da munsami mu no na orechede o wafutu pa opede ozama mi fo me yenketeza oche.
One of the key talents you have to make your marriage last 33 years is to try not to argue with your wife. And I'll tell you when we achieved 30 years of marriage, it was a big celebration. And we were sitting in our pastor's office after church. And we were talking about the celebration that was coming, 30 years of marriage. And so my wife started saying that, Pastor, don't you see, 30 years of marriage, this marriage has survived because of me. That is me who's made this marriage survive. Otherwise, this man, who would want to marry him? And then I made the mistake of arguing and saying, oh, the marriage is survived because of me. I am the calm one. I'm the patient one. That's why the marriage has reached 30 years. And we're arguing. My pastor was looking at me in a very funny way. And so when we finished and we're walking to the car, he called me outside and said, why were you wasting your time? You know you can never win that argument. And so I cut it short, but I learned a lesson. So the next year was 31 years of marriage. And we're sitting in the same pastor's office. And everybody was saying, happy 31st anniversary. And my wife brought up the same subject and said, you see, this marriage has lasted 31 years because of me. And I remembered what my pastor said. And I said, yes, it has lasted because of you. And I thank God for your life. I couldn't have got a better wife than you. So she looked at me and she said, are you correct? Did you wake up well? So never argue with your wife, and that's a lesson to those whose marriages end after 1 year. As my mother said, she said nowadays the longest marriages last is 5 years.
Ghana Mampenyin John Dramani Mahamanya no Chima se peda wa waru kwenyin papa menyu yi yano mamenje wadwen kire mfa da misemi ho Olivia Amandel na ose Mahama zo tumo kasama obia nyanizi wo mtino ono orman happy anniversary say ntino no so neza ochro enyin na baya cereal no so say who there oya futu papa na oyo mampenyin ozama hen ntino me fo no momos na won ka hwana no infa ntino baya cereal so nezenyin Paulina Ampon na no so say I come papa ntino so nice ntino so neza oze benyan baby my yedu no ma yenko share hen video of the day.
That lumba penasempa.
Pacha I'm penasempa.
Oh, you're a fan.
You're a fan.
What had seen in you?
That's your pan.
And a side of us was maybe born in you now to be after my mammy. May born in you not to be after my mammy. And for we. Okay. Back on his soon. Timebo. Now, what's up for? I take a man.
No, aha na mizi dia chwego no mizi besi no e da fante do bo mos na nyin Saudi when social media handles ni nyinara do Morocco na so na fia man kwata ma close nsam nke no boso do.
Yeto Premtobre Kasee no so na yakọ mampani atena ye fi se abana ye ne se institutions no obi ababa bebu akonta nti make say Sam George and Edru no so communication minister wono so nia waye nia ye hwe ni mo so obeye odi today.
And that of the ministry and the government of President Mahama is to the Ghanaian people. Our interest is the best interest of the Ghanaian people. However, these are technical issues that we would only be able to act on the basis of evidence and not sentiments. I have seen a number of complaints on social media, and I've set up a specialized task force at the NCA and at all the mobile network operators to deal with these complaints. Let me state on the record, every single one of the complaints that have been referred to the team have been investigated, and all of them have proven that it is user settings and user behaviors that have affected the use of their data, and that there has been no price tampering. Let me reiterate, I will not hesitate to deal decisively as minister with any telecom company that falters or alters the pricing that is approved by the NCA. But unless there is evidence of same, you cannot punish somebody just because people are making a claim that is not backed by the evidence. And I can show to the media today evidence, maybe in the Q&A, of some of these instances. In fact, the last one that was dealt with, that I got a report on this morning, the individual complained. I asked the NCA to reach out to him. For 48 hours, he did not respond. So I had to go back on X and retweet at him and say that we've been trying to reach out to you. When we did the investigation, it turned out that he actually handed his own device over to somebody, and when they did the record, they realized that the person used it to watch and stream videos, and that's how come the data he was expecting to keep. And I have evidence of this. I mean, and some of them, we've actually urged some of them to come out and do public sensitization. I'm sure you all saw the one by Mr. DKB, when he complained about his data, and subsequently he realized that it was from his own user behavior. But like I said, we will continue to deal with every single one that comes our way. The third thing we've done is comprehensive ICT legal reform. The ministry has completed a thorough internal review of all existing ICT laws, regulations, and policies. As a result, 15 new pieces of legislation are being drafted as we speak. These include amendments to the Data Protection Act, the new cybersecurity regulations, the Ghana Innovation and Startups Bill, and frameworks for artificial intelligence, digital trade, platform governance, and cloud services. I dare say that at no point in time in the history of our country has any ministry worked on 15 new pieces of legislation at the same time. But that's what we're doing, because when we say there is a reset for the 24-hour economy, this is the digital reset to put Ghana in preparedness to roll out President John Dramani Mahama's 24-hour economy. This legal overhaul is designed to modernize Ghana's ICT regulatory architecture in line with global standards and preserving national interest and inclusivity. The Ghana Startup Bill has undergone both national and regional stakeholder consultations and is now in the final legal drafting phase. This law will provide clarity legally, for startups, tax exemptions, incentives, and a streamlined compliance framework for innovation-led firms. In line with the ministry's vision of establishing an enabling legislative framework to foster a competitive investor-ready digital economy, Ghana has been chosen to host the 2025 Global Entrepreneurship Festival slated for November this year, which will bring in over 100,000 innovators and venture capitalists into the country for a 3-day event.
Inti yankasi ahuduo mu nyina no ne osofo ne di tudwa no ya de bebro mo sade da ye no yentoa so na yenko yensam foforo emu dia na Office of the Special Prosecutor say hu behia say yenya focal institution a won bekonde etia dwurumdie ne keta asehye ya nya ne sa pa dia ene emu be ye den wo sa kon na yepese ye kon no make say parliamentary select committee on constitutional and legal affairs o makono honsa no den semi etudwa.
When we go to court, when we charge people when we go to court, we don't oppose bail. Other prosecutions, have we ever opposed bail? Last week Wednesday, I did an arraignment in respect of the MPA matter. When he got to bail, I just got down and told leadership that we are not opposed to bail, so we are leaving it in the charge. We don't oppose bail. We do not use bail to punish individuals in this office. What we do is just to secure by law your attendance in respect of the investigations, and if we are minded to take it to court, if we think we have the requisite evidence. So here, when you are, this is to the general public, when you are invited, it's not an invitation. When you are directed to come here as a suspect, mind you have to post bail, and that is why in the direction. The communication directing, we tell you that you may come along with counsel of your choice. Immediately you go for counsel of your choice. The person by his or her training as counsel knows that if you are being directed to show up as a suspect, you will be required to post bail. I'll come to it. Okay.
Secretary General Dema Trade Union Congress ATUC Joshua Ansa ene de to won munkuo ma hodo nyina nim se kobaso mo how bi ntiase bi nya adwuma won hwe na won fa wo mo emra kwan ahodo no so sense be wi akire na won gina court dem no.
Secretary General Emma Trade Union Congress Joshua Ansa ode futu menkunku e wo my Ghana emu sese bana se won mo entertainment me ho asibi ema na mosu wo hono mo a hwe no ma anya o madwen so me de kwakodan court na emu no omomodin ya se won mo emu no on betimi asiesie nsem no
maso trade e mfamfa so bia emba ema nipa ebrehunu na to members no nti empese sa maso twum bi ba ntina mtu wo mo fo se be ya kra wo mo constitution no ana se conference we wo mo resolve se free na eko ubia obenya asem union no mu no yemfa union mechanism no enfon solve gise ya ye ekositire a yentumi nya wo hwe na ne se nkwan bi wo de beko bebia na oda ko bedante sa no peja asa na odo court dia o se pam fi union no mu ya je se wo mpe union no ye because in fear num ya bre
Nanu wesi Danolusu Krantin ya wano outgoing general secretary Emma Maritime and our dock workers union and so din simye piso
na port hono so no maritime industry na port hono I say hono dosu it is only nipa yes strong and we na nim from awa we dey bikura mo bia ka wase ma enti e ma nipa no adwumafo no e won se bebre a wo nya kamafo enti that how by adwumafo no puntu akofo ba enti enu ti na hwe ne adwumafo no se de ya solve problem na ye conference ya demand woni agi bebre na wabo ne chairman so abaso se djuma ye dia ma woni so
Homowo afashe no enche na asase na nsampo na ebeba no make say bills microcredit for na won kan wo mu bra wode Homowo health work 2025 no ehye so na won mo dan di wo Osudan kwa office no womo ehwemu a 250,000 eye enuoma na womo de support t-shirt be 5,000 wom de ama enuanenom ne dokodoko de nyame yadom August bosome no ne de to so nkono na womo de apom tentene dwumadie no ebe hyehye so akase no etwaso
Bills microcredit adwumakuo ni kyeremu a afei wonum de Ghana cedi no empem ahanu ne aduonum na eba betai afei ga Homowo apomuden nante a omode ba behyehyɛ so no achi se ne be ya ebe kra behwe na adwumadie ya ekɔɔso ɛwɔ adwumakuo na tena ya ɛwɔ Osudankwa kita onsabosome de to so aduasa ba ako ase na pani kwankyerefo a wada Bills microcredit no Romeo Richlove kwekuseshi ekyeremu se
it is a reminder of who we are and where we have come from. Our former chairman, Mr. Richard Ni Amakwe, was a man who believed in starting small, working hard, and staying close to the people. When we work together, we honor the past, we strengthen the present, and clear the path for the future. Today, I am proud to say that Bills Microcredit is once again official partner for Gamashi Homowo Health Walk 2025.
Ulomo enso de nanu munsem etu dwa odwumedie no ase a odi aseda PCA ema wonmo a odi sa adwumedie ahyehye so a wa kire se ayeyede a Bills microcredit abayam wo mu no omani aso yie pa
okay shida ba Bills microcredit ake je mo fiamon fio ne ken shi amefie ne fefo wo bukegbo na fen oba kayame ke amembi fen yesolimomi okay, one machine. Team Okintikra collaborating with Ghana Traditional Council, one machine. Ake ne finu oba shi agbo e amewo ke wa mechichimi. Work ne no ya ne eji dafi no ko ni wo fio ni wo ke gbole wo pam ne ke tun jole ke no ya ba ha ga machine ke yute ni wo ke ya wo ke o ake na me ko form no wo ke shidaja me no wo wodumo no wo ke bijo mo ke no ya
Inti Bill credit for one somewhere what they airtime Homowo Health Walk connection no and yet hu sika ne hyehyɛ ahodo eka ho yɛnto so na yɛnya Adom trotro make say prince who so sie do akopie mu wɔ Kimbu Senior High Technical School na ne make say abamu amfie dunum wato na nanom nsie do no panifo ekɔ hɔ akotie de esiye prince wɔ hɔ ɛto so
trotro no Senior High School na baba to dwa se esukufo mienu mentim ho ase bi esi wo mo entem ema ne nam so ema baako de ade ewo ne yonko ama de abeto dwa ne se ne yonko no ato anananom ewo nsiedo na edin abeto dwa no eye Adib Alhassan ana wo mo ekire a wo no wo mo de ne edimirika ekopie mu ewo adabraka ayare sabia ye rich na bra wo mo edi ne du ho no wo mo kire afofie anto ata akode ya to anananum ewon sedo abra ye beduru ha anopei ye hu se eye empenifu a wo mo ene ka bia wom efo na adesua ewon sem eye clote kole education wo mo directorate ni empenifu abaha abehia empenifu a wo mo Kimbu ene awofonum na yenya ne tie se efi enura ekono eye ebusuafo ebi ebaha ebegu eye school mu ha enim ha ewura school mu se wo mo enti asese wo mo de hye no ato anananom ewon sedo na ye boy homodin senka ne esukufo bi ebedi nkomo wo mo ewo eye school ni mu aye no wo mo ma ye ho kwan se ne wo bedi nkomo na ye ne adwadifo ebi eni nkomo mo wa ha mo nya ne tie bi sa hello
Pacho
Adom trotro so ni mami nko mami ho monya ne ntie se sukuu ni bia ka baby o sukuu
anopai na me baaye anopai na me baa ha beti ni saa se bibi saa na asi
o kira anopai no baaye ebetu bibi saa ye gusua e wa ha ye hwe se nhyiemu a eye education penifo no ene eye sukuu no ehyiemu no ene awofo no de bepie mu e wo mu bia ne yenso ye de bebre ye tiefo ne yahwefo mena medi mete wo trotrom se trotro no eyema mate ne agisu se awe
prince o se du na yete no enka no nti so wo ho na onim se do ye na dwuma no yaka bia no ode beba de edu so no ye kwa kwhwe agudie mu nsem ya yetudin Premtobre Kasee kwesi bodi memo akwabe se bibi aboko
ya mi atom
bibi yeshede
and I fear that thank God it's Friday walk with the stars a bus on the 30th of August it's a home from many the cost Sudan ya de eba patro yem famuk en woko yem fa shoe en woko ya de load down popcorn nti umoku ntumi mfama
you
load up popcorn ne fabra why
mate
we just in so ready the be other day
nti yentwe Kasee du body eno ne nsembi ode to so.
Good afternoon, I'm Rafson. I go to net was so Premtobre Kasee masomo afi Mrs. Afiama kwatama kuruho na metwa so ediama ho. Ti ni mama no eye mafutu se mfa ni moku enye meye no hwese ne na no ye na meka obeka se ene wo moku de beba da bi mfa moku en walk with the stars on the 30th of August. Yin na ye share o multimedia nim ha na ya walk with the stars. Yes, it my here. Na ncheye na Mrs. Afiama kwatama kuru ewie school. The graduates and graduates. It is school same year no. Say more for no amo ayi Nigeria for no moje ayi wafko year ne there. Get back wo say wo ko school na no oboboro your friend Michelle Alozi. O Nigeria for no moje was bachelor's degree in molecular biology. Molecular biology. So biology. Now o try kwan first wa wotumi obobo no wo school obobo no school. Kose exams na on time e omo anu aye ba kwa fam but ni na otumi afam awie mami ntie Alozi.
I think one thing that I hope the younger generation gets from seeing me is just that you're able to do both paths. I think and many times you think you have to do one or the other, but I think if you're passionate about both, if you're young, if you're driven and you want to continue your football career, it doesn't mean that your academic career has to end. If anything, they can just coexist together and they really align with each other. So just being an inspiration to know that you can have more than one pathway and one career.
So you can have more than one It's I don't know what have no. They say me no Kasee ye e ba no TV so a Afiama nkwa agirem e ba no radio so a wogirem say so ya rough be wo pane a dia graduates and graduates na wakoye no pane obe wo no they say wahuni nyina bio nti say oba wi na obisa ho te san wadidi wadware utie oya they say sa no di no fiata hey awa we move. Na mami koma ni mo na yenhwe se ano mo se ma yi mo an ma no bobo no eno mo ho ye den na ho hwe ga nya se enya sem kitwa ge we picture mami ni pictures no na me hwa de a che se ranga pacho tie me mami ni pictures no right that's it it wa chere se enya se wo bobo ayen se wo ye tu I say we yes solzy. No, we solzy kaka. They are saying Africa, I guess no. You say Bobo Africa na there. One more na be. Okay. Just how we have a so mobile cry. Solzy. And yes, I'm get one to make a tell you is ano. Now no say Anra. Ya nya 1 million ma clubs ni now. Ya nya new sponsor we betray league na man ya desafo no. And yes, I'm ketwa na program na senior sports minister asabi odi good for honorable Kofi Adams say na man for say honorable na man for ebi say asori dem masa ebi say asa ebi say mo so kasa asa sen na so dem masa sense almost say Pentecost ya jam Pentecost elders ni so mo ko sa say ni bi no no bi no osado mama san mama hear honorable asado mama hear there. Yeah, honorable Kofi Adams no yidi. A man for say nipa mutini wa shara ne ho say nim but onim ye nim sa asane ye omu difference. Obu hankwa say wo de obesa obi gina onim na ne say wo de obesa say wo nanim a kire wa e wo sane osa no. E no wadan ne ho say so wo sane ye sa no. Difference. Tene na Monday ne ma kire wo difference nim. Meja mu de ama graduates and graduates. Mrs. Afiama kwatama kunu ato aso. Keji wana nkasa ni Kasee du body.
Na yensamu akwa baby me Adom TV Premtobre Kasee na ubiso ehwe no na Tano North abato mpesi so wo mra hye bedwane wo ahafomantem Dr. Gideon Boakon ene wa hye bo se wo de cement bags oha ebekwa akọ ka Yamfo Technical Institute ho na won motubi aboa amawie mu dia Kasee no etwaso
mra hye bedwane wo Tano North ewo ahafo region Dr. Gideon Boakon edi atudwa se obeboa eye Yamfo Technical Institute na obemom eye cement ibi eye oha se ne beboa ama sukuu no afa ne ntomapa efra constituency assistant secretary Manu Patriotic Party nana ageni mboaten a onu ne gine mu kasama no edi nsem se etudwa
CCPR no the paper, any other paper, I will bring with cement, Marco Henry. Now, you may be also medicating a school Hasino. Now, Bosso Mujiti. Or say, in country will say, the new school Hopa, it's your person up, no one place for Betinasi. Now, and Yama, I was said already, or Puano, Opa, on Tinaho, no more Uncle Fabi Bimba, nobody at the Bano. This school will be not need them. Or Papa, no, this school not be here, Sano in the Juma. Now, Moka and Yama in Hiamwa. Na wajina so na wayipi ediamamo.
TVET director awo ahafo region Setasari Bediako ensu de nsem se tudwa.
Principal oda school ya no ho won ho mode papa oba ahafo nyina principal se wa ha no. Ono ena oda o ma no dean of ahafo. Principals of technical and vocational education and training. The senti adwuma bia ya de be hye nsa no otimi Listen, sir, I'm for mine, a better energy. Let you make the idea and Sano. It's me, Adom.
Yentwa so na orphanage adidi ede line so ewo baby ani eye baby ani anwa so be kwa mensin mu Western North Mountain mo ye tu o mu sisi ye America say emre no aso wo mu nya secondary anti ye tu na abema anibre na aba mpanufo a eda orphanage na eso no aba won so wo sre ya mo wo mo tichu ni assembly no se be ya mo frete sa no yebenya baby ede won mo asie
Homa Ghana bebi a womu ete no landlord a oda eye efi a womu etimu nanu no enye na adwen se obeje omanfo atum na sika woje omo no womu si hu nkonya na womu ato aso
bebi a yete ne ye han ye firu anu so che se ya advance ni wu a efi ho ne de enya de a ye besan atena ho bi papa no aya de bebre sesi a ye wo hoi akaka kra bi menkasa advance ne ewu ansa isa akaba bi a ye de bonfra no ebekwa kotena aye din amaye de say ye omofra be se 36 ene ye no mutifie omo asetena mu omo adidie mbibia mu no ayadofo se mo a mu tie ye mu na moboa e de sedi akase ye de makoma so ne se si a building materials say ye cement say ya anwea say ya bo say ye iron rust say ye inchensi and the border so say plumbing materials bibia ye de boa ma efie tim ye fie Homa Ghana baby ani Western North yeje
onyene hono ene gine mu ema oje ahoho ya ojebi a otoso mienu nana ato oware enso de nsem se tudwa
mesese obi bia sebi owo bia itwa so de beboa amaduma ide etinye tu pon bia mesese bia mo
ohene ya wowo abra wiamwa odi asempa na kofidazi na wodi adestre to wo mrahye bedwani Felix ofosikwachi animu osre na nidie mu a se won chip compound bi abandada na hyase a wanwie no obewie ma won se be ya won apomuden ho sem ebekoye
Yini owo abra wiamwa odi asempa na kofidazi otoso enkron eni edadesre kese pa eto mrahye bedwani Felix kwachi ofosu animu se adaroma ontwe nani mehwe won bia wona chips compound bia won mo hyase beye mfinhye bibiri no wo ma mewie emfama won mo sanso so ena bia ya omanfo bitimi akwakoye won ho hie so adaroma won mo nya bia ebebo amanfo ho etumi ahinhan won
mayine de bepani wadiguma bibiri ohwe na mo abakwase mu a light sem na yensu sem na yade a mo di wokru a na obeyebi one na manfo beyebi no anda prima light ba na namso ne champion for ni na tu anamo mo mokoye ma sebe insu ba krim ni aso le toso enkon ba ye insu me ni mpedifo ye be hu se insu no akwan mo fa so a insu di ba ye no first na eye nwamo anko ana sebe omu eye omodia ekuro no treba no na biruma tapu insu ni bia ti wo hwe inchis na omodi ya de na nisa iti meso wedi ade me mpanifo abane de bae na yese ye ne betwe afiri ekuro wo machi ya se bo ekrofo ana nso me mpanifo ye so etu hwana mo
nana san ebo hina wakọ ekura abaso se
ye me mabui omunye adwuma ye meburu mu nie dwumaye aban bi aba o gbeda obaka obabo meburi ye to abamo mu wia na anyen nti mebunu na asemo de ne bia yema kodanda nti bisra ban a wabaso yi se ochicha o ma bi nsu abura se bu kwa mankase so ne bi nsu nyamoa so
Yedu sono ye ni gidie mu ensam jumtuni bayua kase Obapa Kristi denyum fofra ba wode wone sakode na ediaba na behwese de sakode rap no oba na je rap ya ese woni so kache
Oh my God. Yo. Oh my God.
Hey. And we're going to watch me for dinner.
Yeah, my father work out. What? You know, I love sack.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yes.
Who
and
doesn't?
you know, it is privilege, you know. So me de makuma na de unim dia ni jiwom. Ya nwum no we na wa contact train paint to ho. Ono atwere de ofa ne kwa.
Okay.
And what should a nwum ni na no si me so se mesua.
Okay.
So what is it? My really baba rough. So online.
It is as a no can be say your children stage about the why can crash say. Oh, I don't know the ground one fan is say wow try.
I can do all things with God.
Amen.
Who strengthens me?
Kaish.
What else?
About much video.
Papa Chafeni Bicha.
Okay.
By ya minim enokrebo di insane.
Visualizer.
Ya bibi sade.
Na no.
So say edin the way an bonnet here no. One to boas ya money ya e be kwa fanse mo aba. Enye se minimum ba me pesa wa wo kan je piefru ono na de hwe a
ene me amazaba.
So na Adom TV Premtobre Kasee no yemfansi ha na ye na wasemre ni adaje a wode maye ye da team no so ase adwuma so a won mo aye a oguso eye medidi afia amankwa tamaklo okumankra Cobblestone etwaso